Yep. Good morning, America. Mercury retrograde, all right. I'm glad I got it. All right. This is Dr. Churi from the Arizona. And that is my statement, of course. I am the first cosmic cop teaching humanity to respect God's cosmic design and reinstate Jesus' initial cosmic ministry. And believe me, he didn't have the Bible in mind during those days. What he had in mind is God's cosmic design, astrology. And this is part of my mission, of course, to make you aware of this fact. And that's what brings me a lot of enemies. Long story. All right, so as always, it is critical for you to read the newsletter because there is no way that I can cover everything that I really want to pass on to you today in a few minutes on YouTube. And some of you digest information visually, not audibly. Okay, so depending on how your UCI is set up, unique celestial identity, the way you're going to digest information may be much better if you have a Mercury in an Earth sign, if you read it. Okay, talking about Mercury, I don't know how many of you understand or knows what Mercury retrograde is all about, but there's no denying it, that's for sure. And we're going to approach this a little bit later. First, let me talk about my nephew, Matthew. He had his new movie, Meander, that just came out and he's doing extraordinarily well. It is his second movie, so you have the link. Go and click on it. Okay, see the trailer, enjoy it. You have also a certificate of achievement. I've told you many, many times, Dr. Churi's dream actually is to become a boat captain. So I can enjoy, once I finally retire for good, the open space, fresh air, the ocean, and I'm a Pisces, so I like to fish, all right? And that makes me aware to mention again that if you were born in March, if you're Pisces, or if you're born in September, by mutual reception is the same forecast, you will be forced to restructure your home, meaning moving, and I'm moving to Key West, and restructure your career, which means I'm going to become a boat captain. Now, you may be any sign of the zodiac. If you have the moon in Pisces or in Virgo, the rising in Pisces or Virgo, the hidden dragon in Pisces or Virgo, you're going to have the same type of prediction ahead of you. So why not put your hand on the 2021 Nostradamus Dragon forecast if you cannot afford $350 or $700 on my butt? Because I have to tell you something, my good friend. Once I'm in the middle of the oceans out there, having good time, and I'm finally, and meaning to retiring, the only way you're going to have access to me if you pay $1,000, because I'm trying to stop. I don't need it anymore. Okay, so I want to help you. So the $350 and the $700 options are available. Make the most of it while I am still working, because when it happened, the only way you're going to talk to me is if you put $1,000 on me. And believe me, you're going to get what you pay for. That's for sure. You can ask anyone who has spent this amount of money on me how they feel about my work, but that's them and me to know, and you to find out. All right, so let me tell you a few things that I also realize here. The mass shooting that's been reported in the United States last weekend during my SOS to the World window for June 7th has destroyed many families, left 5 people dead in Chicago, 4 in Oregon, 2 in South Florida, and 2 in Indianapolis, and 1 in Salt Lake City, just during my SOS to the World deadly window. Okay, that concentration of negative energy that the reptilians are using to destroy and curse humans' life. Now, not also that my warnings of both the cyber attacks and the 6.1 earthquakes, including the Boston police commissioner that has been fired, are simply inarguable if you watch the video or read the newsletter. Now, If you recall my warning, I keep telling you, crazy infected people will kill innocent people. And the results are plain to see if you look at the news. Yesterday, a driver slammed into a family, killing 4 people in what Canadian police says was an anti-Muslim hate crime. Again, reptilians infected people are all over. Sad enough, of course, this involved news with the police, and no one can ignore my warning about terrorism when you see this type of news. And when I mentioned the word police news, and the next thing you know, the Boston mayor fired the city police commissioner after an investigation into domestic violence allegation. Or if you read a retired cop was killed by his own gun while trying to defend an older guy like me outside a Brooklyn pizzeria. Hello, how much can I do? How much more as far as timing is concerned and predictions are concerned? Again, I don't predict anything. I simply understand God's cosmic design and how he speaks to us through the signs. And that's what it means to be cosmic conscious. And that opens doors to information that only a third eye, which is open, can offer to you. So if you dedicate with life with your 5 limited human senses, chances are you're going to miss a lot. And if you have yourself, your third eye, halfway open is good enough. You vibrate at my cosmic speed and you're going to understand, assimilate, and make a good use of my work. Now, some people say, Dr. Turi, again, you know what, you're expensive. That's why I write every year Nostradamus Dragon forecast, universal and personal. Believe me, everything that you're going through this year is written in full detail, and it's for $20. You can't beat that. And unless you try it, unless you get this book and read my forecast, personal for you and universal for the world, then you're going to say, Dr. Turi is right. Again, it's me to know and you to find out. Now, you probably heard of this highly anticipated boxing match. And then this boxing match with 2 top boxers, okay, didn't go without any technical difficulties. And even some people said they had serious trouble streaming the high publicity fight. Okay, that is the beginning of Mercury retrograde. You know, last year I spoke to my good friend, Bob Brown. I've been with Bob for many, many years. He's the president of the UFO Mega Conference, which is happening in Laughlin. So we discussed a few things, and then looking at the stars, you know what, plus I am extraordinarily busy with my movie on Amazon Prime. I have to catch up. I have to constantly do as many reading as possible because people don't like to wait too much. So I don't need more exposure. And then when I look at the stars and I said, Mercury is retrograde, I don't think I want to go. We spoke with his beautiful daughters, which are a good friend of mine also, and I was supposed to stay a week. There is no way that I can stay a week over there in what's going on in my life right now. I'm swamped, literally. So I turned them down. Okay, I could have gone there. You know, I get the booth for free. I get everything for free, literally, and do a book signing and meet a lot of people I haven't seen for a while. But as a rule, the stars do not endorse anything. So that is the problem. Is a lot of people are doing a hell of a lot of conferences, and they pay attention to my information. But you're going to say, how come Bob did not contact you? Well, his wife did. She was highly, highly spiritual. God bless her soul. She's gone now. She was a beautiful woman, and that's where I met her girls. They were teens when I met them a long time ago, and I used to give them very specific dates for conferencing. But that is the past coming back. So pay attention to Mercury retrograde. So some people are going to ask me, what is Mercury retrograde? Mercury is a little tiny planet called in Greek mythology the messengers of the gods. Hermes, it's a guy who has wings on his heels, and you see the picture in the newsletter. So 3 times a year, Mercury in the universe kind of appears to be going backwards. It's not going backwards, it's an optical illusion because of the ecliptic. it's going actually forward. Of course, if you delegate with morons, educated idiots like Disgrace, Neil Disgrace, it has absolutely no cosmic clue, no idea of the spiritual values of the stars. If he and Elon Musk believe that God created Mars and the moon for their business purpose, I've got news for you. No, it's a little bit more deeper than that, my good friend. So Mercury is like a train. The train goes this way and goes really, really fast. This is when everything was fine. And then God said, okay, slow down the train, driver, slow it down, and then stop it. And then I want you to go backwards. And the train stops and then go backwards. Why? Because when you're too busy, you're going to miss a lot of things. So the train goes back so you can jump in, which means you are more receptive to spiritual information like mine. So Mercury retrograde is going to be kind of a very, very heavy. And then only yesterday, I don't know how many of you heard of the news, hundreds of websites worldwide, including CNN, the New York Times, Amazon, Reddit, PayPal, go down after outage at a US server company Fastly. I mean, how more precise can I be? Not to forget that there are also highways being closed all over my state because of fires. That's what you get. When Mercury is retrograde, you're trying to go some places, ain't gonna work. Okay, it's like me. I was supposed to go for eye surgery, and I was all excited in 3 days of my appointment. Guess what? Canceled. See my computer here. See my computer. Oh, something is wrong with it. It's got to be fixed. Okay, so all I'm trying to tell you, every moving part, that would be your car, your washer dryer, your computer, your telephone, it's going to be slowing down, if not stopped. If Mercury retrograde was not something, a part of our reality, well, the people who fix cars would not have a job. People who fix computers wouldn't have a job. That is the physical explanation of a Mercury retrograde. Let me tell you something that happened to me. When I got married many, many years ago, well, 11 years ago, I asked my family to come to my wedding. So they all flew from France to the United States. And I told them, do not fly outside of the date I gave you, please. I want to save your butt. I want to make sure the plane arrives and you're not going to have any frustration, waste of time, waste of money. So they did. They came during the day that I gave them. And guess what? The day they arrived in the United States, guess who exploded and created one of the biggest volcanoes in Iceland? That's correct. And this volcanic eruption in Iceland literally stopped every single plane for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know. But my family arrived the day in the United States. So when they took off and they arrived, that's when the volcano blew up. And they said, wow, you see, guys? I said, oh my gosh, no, you're real, you're for real. So they spent a month with me, no problem, no frustration. While millions of people was bitching and being insecure and then crying and wondering what the hell's going on. They wasted time, they wasted money, because none of these people were cosmic conscious. It's my family. You are my family. In some ways, if you're a supporter of mine, you're part of my family. And this is why I'm giving you this type of information. So when Mercury is retrograde, again, be patient. Be patient, because basically you're going to be challenged. You're going to try to go someplace, something wrong will happen. Or all of a sudden, oh, what? That was not there yesterday. They are doing some work in the street. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be late. So be cautious. Take time. Take time to make more time to get where you want to go. And if it doesn't work, it's a blessing in disguise. Okay, there is many reasons to why things happen. There's no accident. So be cautious. Another thing that I was looking at, one of my students sent me this report. It says the devil made me do it cases. 33 actual facts about the true stories. So basically what happened, people say, oh, you know what, the devil made me do it. Yes, the devil make you do it, but it's not the Christian devil that you have understood or assimilated. No, it's the reptilians. Remember and never forget, those entities are there to curse our life. Now, another one that I collected right here in Phoenix shooting suspect say he does not know why he shot into a car, killing a 17-year-old. These are just a story you get to know, these people who do not know. Okay, well, usually they are high on drugs, they are very depressed, they're completely and entirely degenerated. The spirit works just by miracle, literally. So the reptilians now own them, and they're going to make them doing stupid things, kill innocent people. And of course, at the same time, they are going also to regenerate and to live. It is through fear, through negativity, through chaos, through pain and suffering that the reptilians who live in dark matter and operate from Pluto, that they are going to live. It's like fuel on fire. It's like their water. It's like their gasoline. It's like their food. They need it. Remember, there is two forces, positive and negative. Okay, those reptilians will do everything they can to drive you insane, and at the end, kill yourself or someone else. Now you also have the Draconis, the good, benevolent group of extraterrestrials, and those are dedicated to help you to create, to do something good for society. A lot of people are bitching on me. They're all being negative. They're all being suspicious. They're all being nasty to me. And then sudden enough, when they allies, they go to Amazon Prime and say, well, Dr. Thury is a loser, is a liar. What they do is trying to save the world their own away from what they know, and that is the Bible. So all these people who are envious, who are scared, who are reptilians, religiously poisoned, are my enemies, so to speak. But they are the one who needs me the most, because they make themselves so vulnerable by signing up to one of the 875 religions out there that at the end kills people. But do you think what happened in Israel a few days ago was about a land dispute? No, it's a religious war, okay? And then it's happening every single day. Again, the reptilians are going to give a stage to guys like Joel Osteen, to Reverend Jones, to David Koresh. They're going to put people who have absolutely no idea of God's cosmic design and power. So they are going to grab more and more people that are going to be insecure, negative, and kill each other so they can survive in dark matter. My information are so far-fetched, so ahead of time, so mind-boggling, that is understandably very, very difficult for normal people, okay, who have a rational Mercury location to actually dedicate to my work. If you have a Mercury, since Mercury is retrograde, let's talk about Mercury a little bit. Now you have 12 signs of the zodiac, and your Mercury is in any of these 12 signs. Let me give you some example. If you have Mercury in Pisces, Pisces whose imagination, religion, spirituality, psychic work, if you swim upstream, you're going to go into God, cosmic design, into the superconscious forces. You're going to use and understand that power, and you are going to create a movie, music. You're going to create all sorts of things, okay? If you are a negative fish, then you're going to follow the religion. You're going to take drugs. Since this sign is very, very addictive, you're going to sign up for fears, for religion, for negativity, for stupidity. Your imagination is going to go out of order, and then you're going to generate even more fear about your health, about life, about the world. That is Mercury in Pisces. If you have Mercury in Aries, well, Aries is for war, fire, machinery, is ruled by Mars. Okay, and that's why, again, Elon Musk was born in July. If you count to 10 from July, look, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, ruled and controlled by Mars. Mars is Aries, Aries is Mars, and you wonder why he is focusing on signing people on Mars, but he's not cosmic conscious, does not know divine astrology. He doesn't understand it. Now, if you have a Mercury in Aquarius, like me, for example, Aquarius is a man with water, with a jar in water. A man or a soul that went out there, understand the cosmic design is designed by God to accept, digest, and translate those cosmic information. So your Mercury is dignified, is the best position you can have, because there is nothing that's going to stop this Mercury to investigate the divine. And then the water pouring out of the jar, again, is me, since I was born in February, to giving that very, very powerful cosmic wisdom to a very thirsty world. That's Mercury in Pisces. If your Mercury is in Taurus, Taurus is the bull, Mariners Corporation, the financial district in New York, the bank, Switzerland. Okay, so if your Mercury is in Taurus, you're going to be stubborn, you're going to be earthy. Of course, you're going to laugh about astrology. And if you have your Mercury in Capricorn, even worse, then you're going to be an engineer, you're going to be a scientist, you're going to be like anybody that is what I call educated idiots. Okay, your mental process will be so logical, so rational, so structural that you're going to work for the government, you're going to turn yourself into an engineer or a neurosurgeon. It all depends where your Mercury is located. If you have it in the sign of Cancer, remember Cancer represents food. That's why the ancient car of the crab is sitting on a rock. What does he do all day long? It's July 4, 1776, America. We got plenty of room to grow food for the entire world. Cancer, food, hotels, restaurants. So your mind will be concerned about owning properties, of feeding, becoming a chef. Your mind will be concerned with security. And then you're going to be completely entirely under the jurisdiction of the moon. So, you know, your Mercury is in Virgo. Oh my gosh. Now you're going to have a serious attention to details. Okay, you're going to miss the entire forest for the tree. You're going to be so fussy, so picky, so critical, so into the details. And then you're going to over-concern yourself about the affairs of health, and you're going to turn yourself into a vegetarian because the Virgin Mary is too strong in your chart. Yet you have not realized that you're not a cow born with flat teeth and 3 stomachs to regurgitate on grass all day long, all night long. And you're not a tiger, born with fangs and claws to eat only hamburgers. Understand the location of your Mercury. Okay, if your Mercury is in Leo, then God now is giving you a chance to shine with your spoken or written words. Leo, love, France, Italy. Oh, mais tu es gentil, monsieur, ça va bien. Leo, Italians and French are nations of artists and lovers. So if your Mercury is in Leo, control the ego, but you'll be dedicated to build the stage, to work for light, to work for children, to work for fame. You know, there is so much you have to know that we just discussed. We touch the tip of the iceberg, my friend. We just talk about Mercury. But you have 10 planets and you have a natal and hidden dragon to uncover, and all those by houses. It is absolutely critical for you to know what is your cosmic loads, your cosmic gifts, your cosmic sins and virtues. It is critical for you to understand that is Jesus' cosmic ministry. The salespeople 2,000 years ago were not exactly smart, and only the clergy had access to pen and paper. It's normal for those guys who had the organization and the money, okay, and to write everything down, because they know everything about Jesus' cosmic ministry. And Jesus didn't have the Bible in his mind 2,000 years ago. The Bible came out like 200 or 300 years and was promoted and re-edited 1 million times by politically oriented churches, my friends. All this secret, sacred wisdom is buried under the 75 miles of secret library. Please Google Dr. Curie, Pope Francis. See the pictures of the Pope being taught astrology. Pictures of the Pope being enthroned under the sign of Leo. Pictures of the dragon and all the sign all over the Vatican. So if it's good for them, it's good for you, because that was stolen from you. And it's because that was stolen, we are such a big chaos. Because the scientists think they know better than God, and they're going to fix everything with mathematics. And the religious fanatics think they're going to fix the world with religion, with the Bible or the Quran. No, that's going to put more fuel on the fire of destruction, my good friend. When Mercury is retrograde, you are much more susceptible to relate to my work. Okay, so make a good use of that Mercury. You may have missed the boat or the train, whatever it is. So it's a great time for you to jump in. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, at least spend $20 and check what 2021 has in store for you and for the world. And then after that, you're going to say, wow, that I bought something that is related to me. My Dr. Tree has something real. Then from there, you want to invest $350 before I move on to $1,000. I'm inapproachable. So there is a hell of a lot of good, interesting things that you have to digest in this video. And lastly, remember, all those religious fanatics, I removed my movie, Alien Contactee, from Amazon Prime. Don't quit right now, okay? You have the link, you have the access. Go there and tell them we want Dr. Tree, Alien Contactee again in there, because all those people, all those religious fanatics who have removed me from there, trying to save the world with the Bible, okay? They do not understand that they are prime targets of the reptilians. This is why this movie is critical to be up and available to those who are looking for the truth, to those who are able to bypass religious fears, to those who are aiming for the light and aiming for the truth I represent. All right, my good friends, we come at the end of this meeting again. Pay attention to the date I gave you earlier, because, you know, I have predicted Katrina on George Noory show. I have predicted the fire in Australia, the death of millions of animals. And when I give you the date of June 14th, pay attention, because there probably will be a hurricane that will be born between now and then, because I gave a date for hurricane before their formation. That means I do much better than NOAA and NASA combined together with their electronic equipment. At least the timing is right. And then, of course, there will be, for sure, earthquakes. There will be also news involving anything that will be, shocking. News from the cosmos. Time for you to get your camera if you're looking for ETs. Wear gold, okay? Don't wear your gun. Stay away from your car. Stay away from metal, okay? If you're a VIP, you'll know exactly when to go with your camera, but expect all sorts of shocking, explosive news that could bring an airplane down, produce even, side enough, cyber attacks again. There is all sorts of news involving Japan, earthquakes. The potential for disaster is very, very high on that date. Now, the window will last just a few days before and after these dates. I'm trying to give you the most concentrated energy. So just pay attention to all those information, my good friend, and most of all, share it. If you're a supporter of mine, share my work. Help me to save precious life. Until then, my good friend, I want to thank you for listening. Sign up to this channel, okay, because there are much more interesting things coming your way in the future. And then God bless all of you. Careful, Mercury is retrograde. Be patient. Don't get upset, because frustration will definitely be there. Until then, goodbye.